Hi, my name's Brian Fitzgerald. This month I've been working on Excite Bike, and I'm going to show you one of the features that I worked on, which was the character controller for the motorcycle. So first I'm just going to show you a little bit of how it works. So we're going to play here. So if you press D, you go forward. If you press space, you boost, so you go faster. If you boost too much, you overheat. You have to wait. You can also, while you're moving, press W and S to move up and down through the lanes. And that's pretty much the gameplay of the character controller. Let me show you the scripts that I used to make it work. For some reason, OBS does not like Visual Studios, so I'm just going to pull them up in here. So the character controller is made up of two scripts, a data script and a state machine. So this is actually, let me show you the data script first. This one has the variables for all the data for the bike, as well as methods to retrieve and modify those, to set the speed for either boost or normal, reset the speed if you have to stop, if you go to idle, to check the heat, to increase the heat, cool down the heat, go into overheat mode, or actually that's to check if you're overheated. And then it has, so how I have it stopping you is if you overheat or if you crash, which we haven't implemented yet, but it's here in the character controller once they get that working. It calls a coroutine that's just called stop, which just makes you wait for 3 seconds and then switches the bike to the idle state. It also has the boost arrow, but I'm going to talk about that in a different feature video. Then we have the actual state machine script, which has states for idle, drive, boost, and then overheating and crashing. It starts out with the default state being the idle state. And then we have a basic state here, which just sets the bike and the data script as variables, and when you enter it, it assigns those. And so that's my base class for my states, so all the other states have that in them automatically with this base.enter call. So we have the drive state, which sets your speed to the where is it? Oh, data.move, which sets your speed to the basic speed in the data script, right here in the middle. And then it just checks your heat increases up to 50, and if it goes over 50 because you were boosting or something, it'll go back down to 50. And then it moves the bike to the right based on the speed. And if you stop pressing D, you go back to idle. If you press space, you go into boost. And if you press W, you go up. S, you go down. And when you leave the state, it resets your speed. Boost is pretty much the same, except instead of decreasing your heat, it's always increasing your heat until if you get overheated, then you go into the overheat state. If you press D, you go to drive. If you stop pressing space and then press D, you go to drive. If you stop pressing space and you're not pressing D, you go to idle. And then it also has the up and down. The idle state just has your speed at 0, and it reduces your heat if you have any heat. So in the drive state, you will reduce down to 50. In idle, you can cool down all the way. And then the overheat state just calls that overheat script that I showed you in the data thing, which is calling that stop coroutine. So that's pretty much everything there is for the player controller. Thanks, bye.